first time I had sex, it was a very awkward experience because not many guys in a virgins and today shouldn't in the air. But my kind say it was very painful and I bled for a while, and I'm not staining with the blood. But my kind say an awkward experience. So today Baby will be about the hymen. In most situations, it's link the hymen and virginity say they go hand in hand. In this Obaka say we have had sex before, and I just say only hymen automatically. I just say the hymen is here there anyhow. Sounds soon as we be a virgin, and I just say once I am virgin, I say your hymen is intact, and I say hymen here there. Mostly so be breaking virginity, and so have sex for the first time. We expect blood. It's a blood and but it's or when you're virgin. So today we're going to learn everything that you have to know about the hymen. Okay, so if today is your first time watching me, I'm a queer duba, and I talk about sexual health, anything that has to do with our sex health, our sex lifestyle, productive health. I talk about all these things. So if it's your first time, you're welcome, and I'm going to entreat you to subscribe and hit the notification button because Charlie going to learn so much and have fun alongside. Okay, if an old subscriber, thank you for watching me, and I love you all so much. Okay, so let's just get started. First of all, BBC I say hymen, I then cry a hymen. Okay, now you can hymen a stretchy thin tissue ekata, and it surrounded the opening of the vagina. Okay, that is the hymen. During formation, about show my na will forming time of vagina a forming, tissues ne form vagina be a kaya and echo surrounding as echo vagina opening honor into any the hymen. Okay, hymen is one thing you should know. Say all hymens are not the same. No two hymens are the same actually. A bimo hymen, like it comes in different shapes, it comes in different sizes. And be very thin, very thin, and it be so hymen very thick. Okay, into hymens and your person you see as vulvas are not the same. Sounds also now the hymen is not the same in all women. Okay, now you can vagina open now. The hymen can be found about 1 to 2 centimeters into the vagina opening. When I be hymen, see that's the hymen for you. Now, one thing you should know, say, and your baby, you're born to be an hymen. It's rare and see, but a woman or baby or maybe one no any hymen. And so baby son to me cast and I'm so only hymen. Say on your virgin, you understand? Good. And then your baby and our hymen. Now, as I said, the hymen comes in shape and in sizes. Okay, into hymen, your baby see the shapes and sizes that comes along with it. Okay, but as never trust, I never perceive when you say usually a taka baby say hymen, a kata vagina open, you're in the hymen, a kata honum. In the first time I have sex, na at sena po nephew. That is so not true. That's not how the hymen is like. So hymen a kata vagina honum. How are you going to menstruate? So the hymen doesn't cover the whole vagina opening. Okay, some hymens to say donuts. So we say donuts. I round not to down fin good. Sana hymen be a surrounding vagina open and to down fin so that you can insert your finger or more me inserted these sex toys. Tampons is another form of another type of menstrual products, and they also sanitary pad. They also use tampons and a menstrual cups. And there is that to now able to me and way to me inserted tampons and if it's also no start to that for menstrual flow into hymen and kata vagina opening. There's a space in between middle hormone. Maybe on my tokune so maybe on so I multiple holes and be no service blood bed able to me a flow about a menstrual blood bed to me flow after hormone. Good. A bit more so hymen is in the shape of a half moon. So we say a moon half. That's the diagram we're looking at. That's how a bit more so the it's a half moon. It's the hymen are quite to say half. There's a quite say a kata vagina opening as a half bisano. Sane be more de Eddie and it's here. It's hymen and kata the whole vagina. But even though it's very rare, it's missy so baby wono nani hymen a kata vagina opening na kata hunina into a baby son or do puberty so starting menstruating na or all of us started having problems because blood into me PM back until they usually have severe pains. So a minor surgery will have to be done to be able to create a hole. That is a mojan bed, menstrual blood bed to me afa home. That's how the hymen is like. Okay, the hymen comes in shapes and in sizes. If you say I'm a very thin, just a thin to the extent you cross say, why should you cover against the hymen be there any because a very thin. A bit more so the end a more do a take kakra fine. So that is the hymen for you. If you say baby, we usually attack a baby say a kind of semi breaking hymen. Good. The hymen isn't broken, it stretches. So we say a donut na mature no. if there is a penetration, penis area honum, and I be a best stretch it. You understand? A stretch it, of course, a movie be, but and breaking because okay, breaking say baby kata wa because would be a boom na a breaking. But this one is like a stretching, something like that. It's a best stretch here, and if the tissue, na quite to say, at it na because I can't vagina open honum. Okay, it's the hymen doesn't break, it stretches. Now, say they can't say be more hymen is very thin. No? There are certain day-to-day activities, certain sporting activities, certain things be and ban no hymen is thin. No? I bet me are stretching, so no have penetrative sex. Or continue running training with that, but now hymen akasa are stretching did that. Okay, there are certain activities like horse riding, bike riding, mountain climbing. I brought from tapping my palm for you know. Ghana had the entire from a posa. Yes, gymnastic. Okay, and any activity beyond a stretch or pelvis, and more pelvis or stretchy piano, there's a likelihood, and yes, say it's always like that, but there's a likelihood that those activities can actually stretch or hymen. It is a thing that a best stretch more. And see, or baby or no first time I have sex now, on to pain beer, on shedder, much be a crampumba, because already in activities go or involving herself in previously, you know, I'm a hymen I stretched it that. But more hymen a bit thick, if they involve themselves in like strenuous activities, and I say activities that involve the pelvic, area now, or be on my hymen a best stretch pa in terms of better pain crabby, or be also be blood, maybe 2 days, be no more JB, but it's not ben so sporting, and I say my menstrual time in Dubai, why am I menstruating? But not just any message space, but hymen I breaking. Hope you get it good. And so it's not always sexual activity in Kwan, and I say penetration. Penis penetrating the vagina and it me breaking hymen. There are certain activities it me stretching hymen, stretching hymen and no crampono. Some kind be on mobile activities in but and stretching will be on so day-to-day activities but me stretching. Sometimes we just aging. The fact that we need crack a crack, it means stretch it, sa hymen. They be on my be pretend you have sex, na hymen. I stretch here, I say, I think be my anakasano penis in and town should have feel that restriction, and I say, when shall I feel that tightness? Okay, yeah, it's a be so edian. Now, before Kayaka activities say to me, a causes idea. Now, one thing you should know is say, once the hymen is broken, the hymen can't come back. You will find say I have sex 10 years ago. They said 10 years ago the bowel means hymen has not grow back. No, once the hymen is broken, it's broken. It can't grow back. You understand? But hymen actually and shouldn't serve any biological purpose say hymen in your crying shouldn't go hygiene. But you should know say once you've had penetrative sex, and I say once a hymen has stretching over stretching because they break, there is no way the hymen will grow back again. Okay, now there is usually this thing say every first time I'll have sex, you're supposed to feel pain because breaky hymen. They say feel pain. The truth is, some will feel pain. As I said, I felt pain. Some also not feel pain. Some crowd on a day. Also one shudder because sex near kind anyway. Man few, man feel few. That is it. Now, then see I do one like I said, I feel pain is because of their gene. You see, the mind is a very powerful tool. You show movies, everywhere on the internet say the first time you have sex is super painful. And so already the brain or the mind has psyched itself said it's super painful. You are already anxious, you're already nervous, and all those things combined. And see, might even cry vagina and relaxing and to me lubricate. In my case, because both of us were very green. I didn't know anything about sexual experience. And there was nothing like lubrication or anything. So obviously, sex will be painful. Even for somebody they want your virgin, I have a sex done. That one lubricates so that is it for a virgin, and that's why I won't have a sex done. So the pain is not really about the hymen being broken. Yes, you may feel it to be pain, but usually because say that shit in the air anything, and my honey is so tight. Internal lubrication and to me the end constant. Once a lubrication and to me and constant, not just a one bed so painful. So that's why most of the time you feel pain during like first sex. It's because of the brain. The brain has psyched itself say what you are doing is painful. Okay, so usually it's advisable to relax and lubricate very well, like before you actually start the penetrative thing itself. Okay, now one thing also is that usually Taka say first time we have sex they're supposed to bleed. And in most cultures, you know, one of my, there are certain cultures, certain homes be on my first time I have a sex no. Ebe mama say white bed sheet. Now I'm have sex into media we never be present bed sheet in some moja comedy and that is our bar then you yam shab fie now a virgin and they will see everybody but what about you lucky that's a moja and good bed sheets and so that's what was so your version who didn't go sab papa who didn't go sab fie that's what war bro once on a waro. No matter what you say, no matter what you say, oh, I've never had sex before. Once I'm more good bed sheets in some quantity, madam, when you're virgin. But the thing is, it's not always true. Yes, I bled, and a lot of people also bleed during their first sexual experience, and that's a first penetrative sex. Sounds also near one baby or some first sexual experience, they will not bleed, and it's also totally normal. Okay, so I make kind of more than a very thin. How many is so thin? Say activities, daily activities actually are stretching hymen dada into sex and as a penetrative sex and confirm any difference beyond as influencing hymen. Gynecologist and so end to me shada and you see hymen and find the terms of by a virgin or not. Will be also made me by a corner gynecologist like so a virgin and as a virgin. The thing is, or by on money hymen overstretch will be on so hymen. It is a gynecologist neck or the hymen every terms of by a virgin or harding. Maybe I'm not banning hymen. I go catch papa so who banning hymen as we're breaking virginity. The only way to know if a woman is a virgin or not is by her words. Or bank catch a virgin or a virgin. Because when you're virgin, you're virgin. Want to mean children or also a virgin, also a virgin. Just accept it and go your way. Okay, why are you asking about her sexual past sexual experience? Also a virgin. I don't problem saying. Good. And so these are some of the things that you should know about the hymen. Okay, and so hymen, it doesn't cover the whole vagina open. Vagina open, hymen you going on. It will be partially covered and as a surrounded not to create the edam fin. So that is the hymen for you. So I hope today you learned something about the hymen, and I hope you know you're going to subscribe as I've told you to subscribe. Okay, so next time I'm going to learn more about virginity and all those things that you need to know about it. So until I meet you next week, take care, and as I said, don't do what I wouldn't do. Hey me